Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Spreng Capital Management 2019 All-County All-Star Banquet. And I think everybody here tonight is going to agree with me how the season flew by. I mean, it is compacted. There's a lot of stuff going on in a short period of time. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge a few of our sponsors. Our major sponsors. Rod Steiger is the general manager of Bucyrus and Gallia Pizza Huts, which has hosted Coach's Corner West in Bucyrus on Mondays and Coach's Corner East in Gallia on Wednesdays since 1992. I know many of the athletes in this room have been on those shows. Scott and Randy Nickel at McDonald's Restaurants in Bucyrus and Gallia, title sponsor of WBCO 107.5 and 1540 AM Game of the Week, and is our player of the game sponsor on 92.7 WQEL. Ron and Marcia Burkhardt at Burkhardt Farm Center, title sponsor of WQEL football and basketball play-by-play. Matt Studer, general manager of Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia in Mansfield, who sponsors the Spitzer Game Changer for football and basketball games. And then, of course, we would also like to thank the staff here at the Trillium Center, Dick Gervais and his staff, for allowing us to have the ceremony here. It's really worked out well. In the years before I was involved with this, they had it at the hospital, but this is really a little bit roomier, a little bit more convenient place for us to have it. And a special thanks to the Avita folks who do the food catering. Their food is always very good. And we also want to acknowledge and appreciate our station manager, Kim Jenny, for completely supporting and doing a lot of the arranging for this event. Another person that is one of our sponsors, but also helps us get the sweatshirts, is Dan Cobb at Central Monogramming. He provides the sweatshirts, and Dean Williams at Dean's Trophy House does the plaques for the kids. And Dean also assists me in the very difficult selection process, so I appreciate that. We appreciate the efforts of those working diligently behind the scenes to organize this event. We have our photographers for Crawford County Now, Maria Weinmiller, who's going to be taking the pictures tonight, and Don Tudor has done some photography for us as well. Our news director, James Macera, he assists also in sports. Zach Lehner, who's doing our video, and Zach did some baseball play-by-play. He's also what we call a board op, right, an engineer back at the station for us. Jeff Roberts, he is the one that designs and produces the programs that we have. Jeff always does a really good job. Our receptionist, Brooke Stevenson, she's a linchpin to this event because she does all the detail work. She was the one folding the programs and bringing the sweatshirts and hanging them. So kudos to Brooke. She saves us so much work, and I don't know how this would get done without her being here. And we also want to make a special recognition tonight. This is the anniversary of Davy Jones' 49th year at WBCO. So we want to give Davy a round of applause. He's sitting over here. Davy's a legend, and he continues strong. We were having a talk today, and he said, what else would I do? I have to keep doing this. So it's something he really likes to do. And of course, we're truly indebted to Jim Spreng and Tom Brown at Spreng Capital Management. Their name's on this for a reason. They're the only sponsor of this event. And without their continuing support, we would not be able to have this event as we're having it this evening. Spreng Capital is the sole sponsor, and Jim is a really good supporter of all the community schools and wants to recognize the athletes for what they do for us. I know I speak on behalf of the entire staff at WQEL, WBCO, and Crawford County Now, and also thanking the athletic directors and the coaches and the student athletes themselves. Whether they're winning an award or not, they make this possible, and they make our broadcast possible, our coverage on Crawford County Now. All 6 county schools, and we try to have all of them represented at this banquet each season. And I want to convey to you again what a difficult job it is, because you're going to look and say, oh, so-and-so's here, they went to the state, they're not here tonight. I was talking to one of the coaches prior to the banquet starting, they said if a school has 5 state athletes, can't have 5 in that school because there are 6 county schools. So it's a difficult decision to decide which ones are going to make it, which ones aren't. So we do the best that we can. So before we get started with the presentations, we're going to have Jim Spreng come up and give us some words of wisdom, as he always likes to do. Jim?
Good evening, everyone. That's kind of a stretch to say I like to give words of wisdom. I try to find something of some sort, and when I do this 3 times a year, and some of you are multiple sport athletes, I'm sorry if it gets a little redundant, but I try to come up with new anecdotes or stories or something to try to make it interesting as best I can. First of all, on behalf of my wife Valerie, my partner Tom Brown, his wife Nikki, our assistants Leslie Lutz and Stephanie Banquet, we certainly want to welcome everyone here this evening and congratulate you on your wonderful awards this evening. I never, ever, ever have input in who wins these awards, and I don't want to, okay? There's a reason. And I follow it all the time. I follow it in all the sports. And, you know, when you get for instance, in these cases like we were just talking about where I know what the batting averages are. I know what the ERAs are. I know what the heights are, the times, and it's difficult. It's very, very difficult to pick these. So I hope you realize this is a big deal for you. When you stop and think about your classmates, your competitors from just the county who aren't here, this is a big deal. I hope you recognize that, and I hope you're very proud of that, because you should be. What's interesting about that is that as much as we want to celebrate what you're doing tonight, this is just a stepping stone, guys. High school is great. When you graduate from high school, you're going to feel like you've accomplished a lot, and you have, but it's just the beginning. Davey's got 49 years at the radio station. I mean, we ask each other, where do the years go? And it's true. And what you are about to step out and find out as you step away from our small, wonderful, small schools that we have, is that it's a cold, dark, brutal world out there sometimes. But this is why we're so proud and happy to be able to sponsor this and do this. You're the best and brightest. Guys, what's going to happen is when you walk out of here tonight, be very, very, very proud of yourself. You should be, because you've accomplished a lot. But now let's be adult about it and file it away, okay? Put it in that little spot in your brain or your heart or your chest or whatever you want to, because nobody likes a braggart, nobody likes a showboat, nobody likes anything that is taunting of anything. It's not fun. We've all been on the receiving end of that. And it's not fun, it's not pleasant. So what we need to do is we all need to be adults about this, to be very proud of your accomplishments and realize that it's just a stepping stone on things that are gonna come in your life. And when you're in the workforce or wherever you're going to be, and all of a sudden these challenges arise, guys, it's no different than standing there at the line ready to go when the gun goes off. It's no different than standing there, you know, on the starter's block, in the swimming pool, at the high jump pit, whatever it's going to be. There are challenges ahead. And you've been given this opportunity to develop yourself through athletics. So this is one of these things that we're so proud of you tonight, and we want you to have success in life, and we think sports is a big part of that. And that's why we're so proud to support this and be a part of it. For you seniors, we're gonna miss you. I sincerely mean that. For some of you, I have seen you 3-4 years coming up here, and that is absolutely wonderful. For you underclassmen, this is a harsh thing to say, but I want to see you here next year. Don't disappoint me by not being here. I'm issuing a challenge to you right now to be good enough next year to be right back here. Why do I say that? This is not about me, but true stories are always the best. When I was a sophomore in high school in basketball, and again, I have to do this for about 45 seconds because it's important for context. I have always said, as far as I'm personally concerned, the late 1960s in this area were probably the highlight of high school sports. Now please, don't take offense to that, I'm going to explain why. Because it was a demographic thing. You had more population, you had more students in this north central Ohio area than we've ever had, and or probably will have for the very, very near future. Bucyrus graduated over 200 kids. Gallion graduated about 350. Colonel Crawford and Winford were both at 100. None of those schools are anywhere close to that now. So where am I going with this? Okay, the all-county basketball team was Donnie Calvert, 6'8", who played at Capitol. John Seeley at 6'6", who played at Defiance. Tom Roberts, who was 6'3", 6'4", and was in the Cleveland Indians minor league system, and I think got to AAA baseball. You had Alan White on that team, who was a full ride to Ohio State basketball, who ended up playing Ohio State baseball after he blew his knee out. And then there was me as a sophomore on that. And the reason I say that is, I remember at the time the gentleman, wonderful gentleman named Dick Edmonds, who was presenting the award that night, pulled me aside when he gave me that trophy, and he says, I caught a lot of heat for putting you on this team. He says, don't disappoint me. Here I am 50 years later, guys, I remember that. So this is what I'm saying to you now. This is a wonderful event. You underclassmen, we want to see you back here next year. That's just all there is to it. So in summary, we are so proud of you. Please, please, please understand you did not get here alone. Quick show of hands. How many people, how many student athletes here? How many of you know who the president of your local school's booster club is? Quick show of hands. Very few. It's not unusual. Guys, you have no idea how much the booster club does for you. Flipping burgers, cooking hot dogs out there at the games, all this kind of stuff. Please, if you don't do anything else, find out who it is, put pen to paper, and thank your booster club. Okay? Send it to the president and say, I cannot thank you enough for all the booster club does. Your athletic directors, your school boards, your coaches, and guys, your families. Please, your little brothers and sisters and stuff who have tagged along as you've gone on AAU junkets and things like this, sitting beside the side. They don't want to be there. They'd be so much rather be someplace else, but they're there supporting you. So your families have helped get you here as well. Again, we're so proud of you, and I'm going to wrap this up with a couple of real quick things. Please, if you don't remember anything tonight, other than what I'm going to tell you, this is a life lesson worth remembering. Out in the real world, when you meet somebody for the first time, you've got one shot to make a first impression, okay? If that first impression is bad, it's going to be very difficult to overcome it. In the world we live in, a handshake is what starts the first impression. Men, women, all these, it's all, handshake is a big deal. When you need to learn how to do a proper handshake. A proper handshake is you look someone directly in the eye. Don't be bashful, all this kind of stuff. Guys, you should be proud tonight. You shouldn't be looking down at the floor. You shouldn't be looking at your shoes. When you come up here, look us in the eye. Say thank you, and a nice, firm handshake. Not a stupid handshake where you're going to try and break somebody's knuckles. That's not going to work. But a nice, firm, business-like handshake, because that's your first impression for people you don't know. If you don't remember anything else I said tonight, please try to remember that. That will serve you very, very well the rest of your life. Now, I have the distinct pleasure this evening. As I said, I never have any input in this, but I interceded and I thought we needed to do something special this evening. When I was a child, I read the Cleveland Plain Dealer every single day. It was delivered to our house. And this was the glory years of major newspapers in all towns. And the Cleveland Plain Dealer had world-renowned sports writers. Hal Lebowitz, Chuck Eaton, these guys that you would just open this thing up and you would read about the Browns, the Indians, all these kinds of things. And Hal Lebowitz made the statement that I never forgot as a child, that he thought the single most difficult thing to do in sports was to hit a baseball. Now, stop and think about that, and I accept this. You not only have speed approaching 100 miles an hour, but you have movement on that ball as well. So golf swings are, God knows, but the ball is dead in front of you, okay? All these other sports that we have, yes, you're pushing endurance and stuff, but hitting a baseball might be one of the single most difficult sports you can do. Well, hitting a fast pitch softball is the same exact thing because of the speed, the closeness, the speed, the movement on the ball. And we have been so privileged here in Crawford County to have an elite lifetime fast pitch softball pitcher in the name of Jack Hewitt, who was one of the primary beginners of how well Crawford County girls softball teams have done through the years. Jack was the leader in starting the pitching programs at Bucyrus High School, Colonel Crawford High School, and any other high school who wanted to have participation. Jack Hewitt was there. Jack pitched all over the country, and I played fast pitch softball too right out of high school. Loved every minute of it. Just couldn't drag myself to play slow pitch. Something about that just didn't appeal to me. Oh my God, how I fell in love with fast pitch softball, really. And Jack was just dominant at that time period and was pitching all over the country. And it's wonderful to recognize his personal accomplishments, but what he has done for our county and our community through the years in developing the softball programs we have. We would like to honor Jack Hewitt tonight with a special award because Jack said officially that he's retired. And if he does, that's fine. If he doesn't, I think it's fine. I mean, it's one of those situations. And Bucyrus High School, rightfully so, named their softball field for him this spring. So if I would, I'd love to call Jack Hewitt up here tonight to be recognized for a wonderful life of service to the girls softball programs here in Crawford County. Jack, if you'd like to say a few words, we'd love to hear from you.
To piggyback off of what Jim said, I worked 33 years in the Ohio Correctional System. I worked a couple more in Florida. I've never been able to shake off the difference between that world and this world out here. It's a totally different thing. Sitting in those drug groups every day as an alcohol and drug counselor and listening to all the crap. These guys rationalizing why they're there. The judge hates me. The police don't like me. I've only been arrested 16 times. I had a punk lawyer, public defender. Maybe I'll get out, maybe I won't. I don't know. You know, after a while that gets old and you say, hey, you guys are in those chairs because it's just where you put yourself. Your choices, the things you decided to do, that's what put you in that chair, and that's right where you should be. You're right where you should be. Well, I'm going to tell you guys here that are honored tonight, you guys put yourselves in these chairs. The choices you made, the things you followed, it's all your fault. Own them and enjoy them. These things have a knack of not coming around all the time, and you should savor them and be very proud. You'll go out of here with a memory tonight, and a very wise man once said, it wasn't Martin Luther King, Dr. King, it wasn't Dr. Phil on afternoon television. It was a very wise man who said, We never can fully understand the merit or the value of an event in our life until after it's a memory. So you'll go out of here with that. And does anybody know who said that? Dr. Seuss. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack, and I think we thank you from all of the county schools who have benefited from your expertise over the years. So we're going to get started now with the presentation of the awards. And we want to remind you up front, first thing is make sure you pick up your sweatshirts. And if there's any problem with spellings or anything with your plaque or your sweatshirt, let us know and we will get it corrected. We'll take care of that for us. And after the awards are all given out, then by team, we will have a team picture with that Coach of the Year, also down there in front of where the WQEL sign is. So we're going to start out with softball, and Jeff Roberts is our presenter.
Sort of a tough act to follow there, but we're going to honor the All-County All-Stars for softball here. Very quickly before I do so, I take a lot of words of inspiration from other people when they say things that kind of touch on me. And one of the things that I really heard that was important, I think, for everybody in life is to kind of celebrate the things that are going well, and also when things don't work out or you kind of make a mistake, take responsibility for it. So because, not just because Dan announced that I did the program, but just because I'll say it anyway. Yeah, I do know that it's not winter. It's my fault. Okay, I take full responsibility. So let's go ahead and do the All-Star All-County Award for softball. We'll go with our first honoree, Madeline Thomas of Gallion. Madeline was named second team All-Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, where she led the league with 181 strikeouts, a 2.40 ERA, and a 21-3 record overall. She threw 2 no-hitters this year as well. She will also be named a second team at Division III All-Northwest District. That's Madeline Thomas. Our next honoree is Kaylee Rister from Bucyrus High School. Kaylee was named first team All-Northern 10 Athletic Conference, as well as Player of the Year in the league. She led the N10 in strikeouts with 210. That's pitching, not hitting. That wouldn't be so good the other way. She also had a record of 16-4 overall pitching, named second team Division III All-Northwest District, Kaylee Rister. Our next honoree is Lauren Kohler of Bucyrus High School. Lauren was named first team N10 in Division III All-Northwest Honorable Mention. She was fourth in the league in runs scored and 10th in both slugging percentage and batting average, while converting to catcher from center field for her senior year. Lauren Kohler from Bucyrus. Our next honoree is Kate Schieber of Gallion High School. Kate was named first team MOAC in second team Division III All-Northwest Ohio. She led the MOAC with 46 RBIs, tied for first with 9 home runs, second with a .593 batting average, and was third in slugging percentage. Kate Schieber. Our next honoree is Nevaeh Clark from Gallion High School. Nevaeh was named first team MOAC and second team All-Northwest District. She was third in the league in RBIs with 41, third in home runs with 7, second in slugging percentage, and fourth in batting average. Nevaeh Clark from Gallion High School. And our Coach of the Year is Doug Hunt of Gallion High School. Coach Hunt guided the Lady Tigers to a 23-5 record and a 4th place finish in the rugged MOAC. Under his leadership, Gallion reached the 3rd straight district final, 2nd straight regional appearance, and 1st regional final in program history. Coach Doug Hunt. Congratulations to all of you. Next up, we'll have tennis with Brooke Stevenson.
Hey guys, I'm Brooke. I just want to say congratulations again on this incredible award. So we'll get started with tennis. Our first honoree is Kyle Ham of Bucyrus. Kyle finished second in the River Valley Invitational and was a third-round sectional qualifier. A 4-year letter winner, Kyle won 75% of his matches and was MVP 3 times. Kyle Ham. Our next honoree is Alec Beckus of Galleon. Alec was one of the co-captains for the Tigers, playing first doubles, which finished 17-3 on the season and split the regular season with league champion Marion Harding. The doubles team finished second in the MOAC tournament, and Alec was named to first team MOAC. Alec Beckus. Our next honoree is Weston Rose of Galleon. Weston paired with Alec Beckus to go 17-3, finished second in the MOAC tournament, and was likewise named to MOAC first team. And our coach of the year is Tom Pazzi of Galleon, which, by the way, is his birthday, so happy birthday to Tom. Coach Pazzi led the Tigers to their best record in 20 years. Galleon finished fourth in the MOAC tournament, and Matt Gimble joined Beckus and Rose on all MOAC honors with honorable mention. Coach Tom Pazzi. And then next we'll have James Massera with boys track.
I'm James Massera, and I will be doing boys track. There will be a couple who aren't here because they're getting ready for the state meet, which is kind of a testament into itself on the different athletes' ability, because I'm sure baseball, softball, and tennis, you noticed this too, but especially track, there might have been a collective 5 good track days this whole season. It wasn't a very, the Elks Invitational, I was there, needed an arc. It was a rough one. So our first honoree is Braxton Tate of Galleon. Braxton finished first in the Crawford County meet in the 1600 meter and 3200 meter runs. He's no stranger to the distance runs. He was second in the MOAC in the 3200 meter and second in the 800 meter run. And he qualified for the state meet in the 3200 meter run. That is Braxton Tate. Our next honoree is Colby Fox of Galleon. Colby was first in the Crawford County meet in the 100, 200, and 400 meter dashes, and was part of the first place 4x400 meter relay. He was named first team MOAC, and as no surprise, after doing very well at the county meet, he has qualified for state in the 4x200 meter relay and the 400 meter dash. Colby Fox. Our next honoree is Harley Robinson Coe of Bucyrus. In the Crawford County meet, Harley was a part of the first place 4x200 meter and 4x100 meter relays. He was first in high jump and second in long jump, and was the field MVP in the N10 meet. There's a reason we saw him dunk during basketball season. Kid's got some hops. He qualified for the state meet in long jump, where he will be competing this week. Harley Robinson Coe. Our next honoree is Alex Muchler of Colonel Crawford. Alex finished first in the pole vault in the Crawford County meet, where he set a meet record. He was also second in the 110 meter and 300 meter hurdles. Alex qualified for the state meet in pole vault and as a part of the 4x200 meter relay. Alex Muchler. Representing the throws here tonight, our next honoree is Noah Atkinson of Galleon. Noah was named to first team MOAC and finished first in the discus throw and fifth in the shot put in the league meet. In the Crawford County meet, he finished first in both the shot put and the discus throw. Noah Atkinson. Our next honoree is Eliza Watson of Winford. Eliza was second in the Crawford County meet in the 100, 200, and 400 meter dashes. He was named track MVP in the N10 meet and qualified to return back to the state meet this year in the 100 meter dash and the 4x100 meter relay. That's Eliza Watson. And our coach of the year is Carl Rittenauer of Bucyrus. Coach Rittenauer led the Redmen to a second place finish in the Crawford County meet and third place in the N10 meet. Bucyrus won the Dick Schultz Invitational at Hopewell Loudon and finished third at their home Elks Invitational. Coach Carl Rittenauer. And next up is Eric Falds with girls track.
Good evening. Your tables may or may not have been dismissed based on the tips that were passed my way this evening, so just letting you know that for next time. Our first honoree tonight is Kerrigan Myers of Galleon. Kerrigan finished first in the 100 meter hurdles, 100 meter dash and high jump in both the MOAC meet and the Crawford County meet. Kerrigan qualified for the state meet in the 100 meter hurdles, the 200 meter dash, and the 4x100 meter relay. Kerrigan Myers. Our next honoree for this evening, Sari Connor of Galleon. In the Crawford County meet, Sari was first in the 800 meter run and was part of both the first place 4x800 relay and the 4x200 relay. She was also on the second place 4x400 relay team. Sari Connor. Next this evening is Cassidy Vogt of Colonel Crawford. Cassidy was first in the Crawford County meet in the 300 meter dash and second in the 100 meter dash, as well as the 100 meter hurdles. She qualified for the state meet in the 100 meter hurdles. Cassidy Vogt. Next tonight is Chloe Capel of Winford. Chloe finished first in the Crawford County meet in the 400 meter dash and second in the 200 meter dash. She was second in the N10 meet in the 400 meter dash and fourth in the 200 meter dash. Chloe Capel. And the next honoree is Anna Court of Galleon. Anna finished first in the MOAC meet in the discus throw and fourth in shot put. She was also first in discus in the Crawford County meet and third in shot put. Anna Court. And our next honoree, Taylor Ratliff of Buckeye Central. In the Crawford County meet, Taylor was part of the first place 4x400 relay, second in the 800 meter run, and part of the second place 4x200 relay. She finished third in the 800 meter run in the N10 meet. Taylor Ratliff. And our coaches of the year are Todd Roston and Colby Bright of Galleon. Coach Roston and Coach Bright guided the Lady Tigers to first place finishes in the Crawford County meet and the MOAC meet, and second place in Bucyrus Elks Invitational. Coaches Todd Roston and Colby Bright. And to present honorees for baseball, please give it up for Davy Jones.
Thank you, Eric, and good evening, everybody. Our first honoree in baseball is Ryan Oots of Galleon. Ryan was named the first team Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, where he was second in the league in slugging at .656 and tied for fifth in stolen bases with 14. He led the Tigers with 26 base hits and leading Galleon to a 15-9 record and was named first team Division II District 9. Galleon's Ryan Oots. next honoree is Brady Biglin of Buckeye Central. Brady was named to the first team Northern Kent League and first team Division IV All District 9. As ace of the Bucks pitching staff, he was third in the league in strikeouts with 90. At the plate, Brady was second in the N10 with hits with 38 and fifth in batting average at .413. Buckeye Central's Brady Biglin. Our next honoree is Ty Clark of Crestline. Ty led the Bulldogs with a .432 on-base percentage and batted .323. And All-Ohio selection just a year ago, he was named to the first team All-Mid-Buckeye Conference. Crestline's Ty Clark. All right, did Drayton Burkhart make it in tonight? He made it in. Drayton. Our next honoree is Drayton Burkhart of Colonel Crawford. Drayton was named the first team All N10, second team Division IV All District 9. He led the league with a 10-2 record in strikeouts with 104 and was fourth in walks per 9 innings allowed. Colonel Crawford's Drayton Burkhart. Our next honoree is Cameron Payne of Galleon. Cameron was named to the second team Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference. An honorable mention, Division II, All District 9. He led the Tigers with 21 RBIs, was second on the team in innings pitched, batted .328, had a .453 on-base percentage. Galleon's Cameron Payne. And I saw our Coach of the Year come in just a little bit ago. Coach of the Year, the old man, Dan Corbett of Colonel Crawford. Coach Corbett returned to Colonel Crawford after 24 years stops. After 24 years, he had stops in Galleon and Ontario. In between, he led his team to a 22-8 record and second place in the N10. Coach Corbett also guided the Eagles to the team's first regional appearance in 54 years. Colonel Crawford coach, Dan Corbett. And it's my privilege to welcome back to the microphone, Dan Messerschmidt.
Who's this guy? Now who's this guy again?
Davey is a legend, but he has to be careful with those cracks about age. We're all falling into that category now. So we appreciate your attentiveness tonight, and your being here to honor the athletes. And again, as a reminder, if you have a problem with anything, spelling, anything like that, please let us correct it for you. And we're going to have group pictures, and we'll be going in the order that the awards occur. So softball will be first, and then once the teams are up there and have their picture taken, then Brooke's going to remind the next team. So don't leave before you get your picture taken with your Coach of the Year. So again, appreciate you being here tonight, and thanks you all. Thanks for this nice turnout.